Hello everyone, welcome here. Let's go ahead and not do that. Missions. Let's return to beating our head against a figurative wall of lots of RNG. So, our objective here is to get everybody in this building gathered together and then over to this green area. And to do that, we need to get one of our starting guys to each of these people to wake them up, so to speak, and then collapse them back to defensive positions, hold, and then every time we get a lull in attacks, we need to pull them in tighter, more defensively until we can move out across this open area. The problem is, moving across the open area, well, that part's not terribly hard. The hard part is these three idiots, who I would also like to keep alive. And they keep thwarting my plans in that direction.
Into battle, brothers!
But anyway.
Got one.
Things aren't going too badly so far. Okay, first rocket's over there, that's good. Alright. You, and you, I'll immediately pull back. Okay. You immediately pull back. Actually, I don't want him there. I want him here. No, not quite there. It needs to be somewhere where... Okay, that's good. Alright. Now. Oh yeah, you need to run.
Doing it.
There we go.
Enemy down.
Okay, good. We got a rocket over here early. That is really good, actually. Because that will allow us to help defend these idiots a little bit better. Alright, now we just have to hope you don't die. Okay, that would normally be bad, but we have our guys in position here, so it's not a problem. Okay, I need you to be down there a little more, actually. Okay. Move you over a bit. Okay, this is going really well so far. You guys are all still in good shape. Good. Alright, I need you to push out a little bit. No. You stay back here. Oop, that's a grenade. Get back behind the wall, please. Thank you. Okay, so far so good. There's definitely guys coming from this way. I need you to pull back just a hair. Get to something resembling cover. Okay, those guys are still fine. TM.
Reloading.
You pop out around the corner.
Enemy down.
Okay, we got a rocket over there, which doesn't matter. Okay, that's going good over here. These guys are still all alive, surprisingly. You keep pushing over. Just want to make sure there's nobody close to that area.
Loading.
Okay. So now what we have to worry about is these guys getting shot from long range, mostly. Okay. These three, I need to get them across the hall. Okay. Like these guys, I can pull them up into this room easily, and then we can go out this hole in the wall. Matter of fact, you keep moving. What I think we're gonna do is we're gonna start pushing these guys up the wall. Okay. Now.
Reloading.
All right. Keep pushing you up. You cross, you cross, you cross.
Got one.
All right. Pull you back. All right, reload.
Yes, sir. New mag in.
Now. Now, Hawkeye here with his SMLE can go over here. Actually, no. Hawkeye with his SMLE can go here. Alright, good. You didn't spot anybody coming in. Now, let's start pushing these guys up. Ooh, you piece of shit. Where was the shot even coming from? It had to have come from way down here. That went perfectly right up until then. Damn it. Alright. Well, the beginning segment was about as good as it's gonna get. The first rocket hit over there, which is a good spot for it. That's not a good start.
Reloading.
Yeah, that's perfect positioning right there. I want you to run. That's a good rocket. Because it opens the front of the building up. Okay. Could have gone a little better, but it also could have gone so much worse.
Doing it. They got one of us.
And issues. Okay.
Enemy down.
Okay, that one. That's a terrible rocket. Like, actually, legitimately, that's probably one of the worst possible rockets you can get. Early. This one might be a little worse, arguably. But... okay, everybody made it out of the room anyway. Okay, that's good position. You run.
Reloading. Throwing frag.
That's Rocket's great.
I'm injured. I'm hit.
We didn't wake that guy up for somehow. This particular time he didn't. Okay, there he is. Okay, run.
Doing it.
For some reason that particular time he wasn't usable right there.
Roger. Enemy down.
Alright. So these three guys are still alive. We've got a lot of bad injuries, but otherwise everyone else is still fine at the end.
Clear. Reloading.
Okay. It's quite non-ideal really, but alright, you shift over to there.
On the man. Clear.
And that guy must have been shot from at least medium range, because probably that one I did or something equally dumb. Well, that sucks. The big problem is these guys are a massive source of RNG because there's very little I can do to protect them. What I'm trying to do now is try to get guys shooting through this side of the building at that area, try to protect them. But that is of limited utility. Okay, what exactly do you do? You don't do much. I'm going to go ahead and cut your path right here. And you can hold there. Actually, you can hold here permanently. No, that's terrible because he'll get shot through that window then, I think. You can pull around the corner and hold here. Alright. Now, that does mean somebody else is going to have to throw the opening grenade here. Which is not much of a problem, honestly. That's a good starting grenade.
Clear. Got one.
All right.
I'm injured.
I'm hoping by leaving a guy back here to protect this area, we'll have less idiots shooting at these guys from long range. Hopefully. We'll see if it actually works or not. I wouldn't count on it. But it's worth a try.
Okay.
Okay. That opened up. You've been awokened. I want you down there more, actually. Okay, good deal. Run.
I'm hit.
Thankfully, that didn't blow anybody up. At least not any enemies or friendlies. Okay, this I'm going to actually view as a good thing.
Grenade.
Okay, these guys are yelling about grenades. Please tell me it's not inside the building with them, because... Okay, good. It was behind them, so... You pop out like that. You shift over like this.
Reloading. Clear.
I don't like that sound. Somebody's got a longer range. Something over here is shooting. Okay. Okay.
Just the man.
Where in the hell did he shoot from? Oh, somebody down here shooting through this gap, that gap, this gap, that gap. Wait, doesn't quite... Yeah, they would barely have an angle from right here, I think. Well, that sucks. Alright. I think leaving this guy here is at least not hurting anything, so... Let's continue with that plan for now.
Got one. Right.
Okay, that's a terrible rocket launcher. Alright.
Doing it.
Another bad one. Hopefully it won't matter.
Roger. I'm injured.
Who was yelling about being injured? Don't know.
Enemy killed.
Okay. You push up.
Loading. Clear. Take cover.
Okay, that's another non-energy rocket.
Just the man.
And they got a grenade in through the window. Damn it. If I could move those guys up there, I could pull them away from grenades and stuff. That would make everything so much easier.
I'm hit. Got one. I'm hit. Throwing frag. They got one of us.
Alright. Their machine gunner, who I specifically have 2 guys targeted on to take him out immediately, is, sometimes gets lucky. Guys shooting rockets at you? No. Worse. Well, I'm not entirely sure if it's entirely no or if it's just mostly no. Some of the rockets that hit are scripted, at least. Maybe all of them. Because they're scripted that like a rocket will hit this back wall, this door, this side here usually, this corner, this wall, and I don't remember if there's anywhere else or not. They're all places that will get hit by off-screen or off-map rockets. Like, see, here we have a rocket right now. Launched in from off-map, and it's going to hit over here. Sometimes the places get hit in random order. Sometimes they don't get hit at all. I'm not sure if it's a certain number of them that get hit, or... Like, that one's not a problem. That one's not going to affect my plan at all.
Got one.
Whereas if this one landed as the first rocket, that would be a big problem because these guys would be caught right in the crossfire. This one's a moderate problem because same reason, but slightly less bad. This one's not a problem. This one's a moderate problem. Okay. Leaving that guy back there by himself sometimes works and sometimes does not.
Enemy killed. I've been hit.
If this guy's got a shot.
Throwing frag.
but he's doing a lot of missing. This guy's suppressed.
Man down!
And things immediately go to shit. Alright. Okay, first rocket's gonna hit that corner. That's a good rocket. In fact, that might even be a great rocket. Okay, get you guys into here where you can hold more easily and not be immediately opened up to rocket crossfire.
Reloading. Enemy killed.
You get back here to the back wall where you can hold
Doing it.
and not be opened up to rocket crossfire. And suicide bomber. Never seen that one happen before.
Got one.
Like, I've seen suicide bombers over there, but not just charge in that early.
Throwing frag.
There are so many different little RNG things that happen in this mission. And if any of them happen badly, then things can and will go very rapidly to shit. Okay, so those guys, I've been getting these guys to pull in most of the time recently. I feel like now we have enemies coming through that middle door. If we hadn't pulled these guys back, we'd probably be able to hold that just fine by facing everyone that way. But then as soon as this got rocketed, which would happen sooner or later, bad things would happen.
Roger.
Okay, I want you to come over here and open that door. So like that rocket right there, these guys would be immediately, there's enemies back there that would immediately light them up. Much better if they're waiting in this room to ambush whoever comes up through here. This hallway is just, nobody can be in that hallway the way it is.
Yes, sir. Enemy down. I'm hit.
Okay, we're a little lucky with that. I need you to pull back. Nope. Okay, we shouldn't have opened that door. It's really super tempting because if this corner gets blown off, then we have a good view out through that gap to help support these guys, but it's also not a good idea, I don't think.
Frag.
Okay, so this frag grenade is to blow that drape off so we can get a slightly wider angle through those.
Clear. Enemy down.
But technically, if this back wall never got blown, leaving these guys in here would be optimal. But it does get blown, so it's very not optimal.
I've been hit.
Okay, this rocket here is a good one because it's going to blow open this arc, and that will help a lot with clearing out these problem children. Okay, good. He shot the right one. That's going to make this a lot easier. Shoot this one next, please.
I'm hit.
I might have to move into cover more quickly. Oh, grenade. And they burst him down. Alright.
Lost a man.
Immediately lost a guy. With Rangers, this mission was tricky. With these guys, particularly having much less levels than the Rangers have at this point,
I'm hit. Got one.
it is
Frag.
quite a bit worse than tricky.
Clear.
Okay, you pull back to there. You pull back to there. I'm actually going to pull you back a little farther this time and put you here. We have more guys holding this
I'm
angle.
hit! I'm hit!
Okay, that's good. Now, I want you around this corner, and I want you to follow up with him. I forgot to move these guys. Uh-oh.
Roger.
I was too busy experimenting with new things.
Yes, sir. Enemy down! Clear. Reload!
Ooh. Those suicide bombers almost made it in. That would have been very bad. Okay. Now. You look that way. Proceed up to there. You look that way as well. Follow along with it.
Enemy down!
Alright.
Got one! I'm hit!
I wish I could tell you idiots to duck. But at this point, they're no longer in any real danger of grenades. But get these guys out of this room.
Loading. Reloading.
Okay, good. Now, you move up to there, you move up to there. You move up to there. You hold the rear. You hold the other differenter rear.
Reloading. I'm injured. Clear. He's got one of us.
Of course, it would be a guy who we had a line on if he had his gun loaded. Alright. So that one, we were starting to collapse our guys together. These guys hadn't been able to move yet, which was a problem. I probably need to focus on moving these guys first, because they're definitely the most,
Lost a man.
okay, not even sure what that was.
I'm hit.
Somebody got a lucky shot on something. Who even was that? It was this dude. How? He definitely got a lucky shot by somebody. I don't know why this guy has issues where sometimes you can't order him to face a certain way properly. I'm gonna pull these guys into here and have them hold these two doors along with green. Yeah.
Clear.
Okay, you need to go to there.
Doing it. Enemy killed. Grenade.
And you pull back to here.
I'm injured. Clear.
Okay, that's been blown open, so that's great. Alright. Get some guys over here more to help hold against these guys. Okay, good. Got rid of him. He's a bit of a problem. Now, these guys need to get out of this corner. It's a terrible place for them to be. So I'm just gonna run them into here.
Okay. Doing it. Roger.
Go, go, go.
Got one.
Okay, that's amazing. We no longer have to protect from that too much. We just have to make sure nobody comes in from there. An angle I can't deal with. I wish I could close those doors, but I don't think it's a good idea, worthwhile. Okay, you push up to there. Hold that. You follow right up along with him. However, before you move, you reload.
Roger. New mag in.
Okay. Now. Get some guys over there. Hopefully this doesn't go badly.
I'm injured. Clear.
Okay. We have infinite guys spawning over here. We have infinite guys spawning here. And I think up here and maybe over here. The good news is that we are getting our guys pulled together.
Enemy down. I'm injured. I'm hit.
Okay. That was bad. All right. We need to get moving, or we are going to be overrun like hell. Well, not exactly how I want to move him. Hopefully, we're not punished for this.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's everyone, right? Okay, this is a bit of a problem. Well, we've got a lot of guys who are looking that way. We just have to not lose anybody along the way. They got one of us.
And of course we did lose somebody. Who? Where? Also, I missed moving a couple guys out. Damn it. Alright, where are they even getting shot from? Not that guy, is it? I think it is. Alright, how are we going to make that move out? Okay. I think I know how we're going to have to get out of here, and that's not going to be pretty.
Got one. I've been hit.
Okay, that's a good rocket.
Enemy down. I've been hit.
Alright, so my current theory of how we're going to get out of here is through this hole. Proceed down to here. Carefully pick the guys off that are along the edge here. Carefully pick out the guys down at the bottom corner by poking out through here. And then push everyone across into these ruins. Step defenses looking that way. Slowly push up the edge. And then pop out up here somewhere. Or, you know, pop out up here and move the last little bit. Of course, the problem is we can't. We'll have to move out around this, but if we have guys behind these windows shooting out that way, hopefully it won't be a problem.
They got one of us.
Alright. And we got lucky, we got unlucky.
Enemy down.
Not much you can complain around for that.
Frag.
That's a good first rocket.
Enemy down. Clear.
That's a good rocket.
I'm injured.
Okay. That problem is solved. You move out. You move along with him. I forgot to move these guys. That's a huge problem.
Yes, sir. Enemy down.
Okay, we made it anyway.
Clear.
Despite our best efforts to screw it up. You had me low.
Reloading. New magnet. Take cover. I'm injured. Got one.
These guys are being lit up by somebody.
New magnet.
That was a rocket, or not rocket, a grenade, which is a problem. It's not a problem that it was a rocket versus being a grenade, but it is a problem. I wish that corner would blow itself off, but there's a lot of guys, there were a lot of guys over here, which was an issue. We could push out down here if I have to. Okay, you guys need to get the hell out of there.
Okay. Doing it.
And quickly.
Doing it. Enemy killed.
Good deal.
Got one.
Alright. Need you to focus that way. Oh, this could be a jump out, jump over situation, isn't it? Come on, get him, get him! Good. Whew. That was dangerous in the extreme.
Reloading. Reloading.
Okay. Kicks them doors. Well, something like that. That is the theory anyway. Nope. Issues. Here, can I get a grenade that far? Yes, I can. Alright, eat a grenade, Buster.
Frag! Enemy killed.
Thankfully, that guy's a terrible shot. Okay, I would like you to reload, good sir.
Waiting for orders. Reloading.
Alright, so this back area is clear-ish TM. Which means I'm going to start moving more people out there. Also, you need to reload.
Zoom back in.
Alright. Unfortunately, some of our most critical troops are
I'm injured.
rather injured. So we gotta be super careful here. Alright, I want you facing up that way, and then I want you facing down this way.
Got one.
Okay, good deal. We've cleared
Clear.
this area for now. Start pushing people out into the road more.
Roger.
Reload
Loading.
first before you push out.
I'm injured.
Please stop getting shot. Thank you. Start moving this group out. Start moving this group up.
They got one of us.
Who got shot from where? That was one of those assholes up here. He got shot from over here. Damn it. Alright, well. Yeah, they're still shooting over that way. Because these idiots aren't too dumb to take cover, and I can't tell them to do so. Where even is the guy shooting? He's got to be over like here somewhere or something. Or way back behind these in that building. Well, it doesn't really matter because yeah, we don't have enough guys to try to push out here early.
I'm injured. Got one.
Okay, that's a good early rocket. Oh, come on. I don't know why this guy sometimes won't let you give him a direction.
I've been hit. Enemy killed.
Okay, you... Actually, I'm going to move you differently this time. Just run over there right away from the start.
I'm hit.
Okay, that was dangerous and stupid. Note to self, don't do that again.
Roger. Clear. Loading. Grenade! Enemy down. I'm injured. They got one of us.
And they shot one of the guys up there right away. Alright.
Got one. Frag!
Good early rocket.
Clear. Enemy killed. Doing it. Doing it.
Okay.
Reloading.
Now. Can actually get him down there because these two haven't been blown
I'm
open yet.
injured.
Okay, correction.
Enemy down. Clear. Okay.
Alright.
Enemy killed.
Okay, that was useful. PM. Everyone's still alive. No one's too injured. I need you to pop out like that.
Clear. Got one.
Okay, now. I'm gonna grab one of these fools. And we're gonna start getting ready to go out through this door.
Clear.
Okay, that's good. Okay. That's not good.
I'm hit.
Grenade his ass.
Going frag. Got one.
Okay. Good deal. Now, this side is clear-ish. PM.
Got one.
All right. That side, clear-ish. TM. Now.
Clear.
Start pushing more of these guys out here to help with this. Who's he shooting at? That guy, okay. Can you get a grenade on his ass? No. Can you get a grenade on his ass? No, not quite. Okay. Start getting these guys out of here.
Okay. Okay. Doing it. Enemy down.
need to reload.
Roger. Reloading.
Alright, you and your 2 pitiful little grenades, get your ass out there and hopefully you can throw them at somebody. Namely this guy down here.
Loading. Enemy killed.
Okay, that wasn't ideal, but it mostly worked. Okay, pull those guys back. Pull you out. We need to pull these guys back some more. So they're not as exposed to this door. Or any other door for that matter. Okay, you got a grenade. Can you nail the guy down here? Not with the red zone, but you can get him with the other one. Okay. Good enough.
Enemy down.
Not sure if we took him out or if he's
Clear.
moved or... Alright, there's definitely enemies down that way.
Reloading. Got one.
Okay. Reload.
Reloading.
I wish you wouldn't lose your facing when I reload you. Okay, gotta pull you back. However, that's a good position because it gives us more angles. Okay, you move out with your SMLE. Okay, you push up this way. You push out. You pull back and take up the same position you had, but slightly different.
Clear.
Here,
Yes,
run.
sir.
All right, now let's get these guys out of here. Everyone's out of the building. We're in a little tight little clump here on the road, which is non-ideal in a lot of ways. We know there are hostiles over here. There's probably hostiles over here. So what we need to do is we need to slowly push up this way. We don't want to get too far outside of this wall. So the wall's going to cast a shadow of safety more or less between us and the tank. As long as we push more or less straight north, we should be good. So let's just keep slowly peeking out with these guys. Get a little more firepower over here.
Enemy down. Clear.
Okay. This area over here is safer than I thought it might be. these guys all focused in one direction. Turn off the don't stop order. Alright. You guys need to move straight north. Oops. Alright. Now, pull these guys back into the group a little more. All right. Not missing anybody. Okay. Okay, good deal. Now, we are so close. You. Think that's everybody? Yes, that's everybody. Who are they shooting at? Oh, that guy way down there. Okay, he's not a problem, hopefully. Yeah, stop shooting, just go.
Let's go.
Alright. Oh yeah, I forgot, we don't have to get everybody there, we just get the white ones. Doesn't matter, because everybody would have to move there anyway for safety reasons. More or less. Nope. How's that a new personal best? Alright. Well, anyway. Yay! I was slightly faster than the last time, despite taking... Thankfully, it doesn't count attempts. But you'd really know how bad that was. Alright, now for this mission. This one is a pain in the butt. So, let's see. We get quite a lot of troops for this one. We could deploy a few militia, but I don't think I'm going to. First of all, we have another doctrine point to spend. I don't think shields are going to be very useful here. Long range would be useful TM. I think I'm going to take target switching, maybe? Recoil control would be another good one. Let's take target switching for now. Alright. So there can sometimes be guys in there. There's usually some guys over here. There's guys over here and here, over here, in there. There's a Dishka. Guys across the top. Guys back in over here. I think we're just going to want to take a whole bunch of assaulters, a sapper, and then of course our glorious leader, who I am going to arm with a grenade launcher. With a 1x scope. And then we're going to give him a sapper's vest and some grenades. Okay, as far as assaulters go, I don't think we're going to bother with shields this time. I'm going to take M4s because the ranges aren't, well, yeah, I'm going to take M4s. I'm going to take frag grenades. I'm going to take RPGs on everyone. If anyone so much as looks at us funny, we're going to donate him an RPG. Is the leader glorious or gloriously bad? His stats aren't actually half bad, so he's glorious. Yeah, 2 frag grenades and an RPG and an M4 on every single assaulter. I think we're just going to leave the sappers at home. And we're definitely not taking the militia this time. Although they're pretty handy sometimes. I don't think we need them this time. So, the leader, with his grenade launcher, will lead the way on the bottom path.
Yes, sir. Okay.
We'll send at least 3 assaulters north.
Doing it. Roger.
And then we will
Doing it.
send everyone else south. Alright, there shall be many explosions here.
No mercy.
The grenades shall not be spared. Okay, then after throwing your grenade, you will proceed over here as well. Alright, so there's our initial opening moves. You are going to manually breach that. Actually, there. Alright. Now, turns out there's nobody in there this time. You don't have a basing order. Start getting you guys across.
Clear. I'm injured.
Alright. You two hold that facing. start getting you guys across. Okay, this door's open. That area's clear.
Clear.
Now, if I remember correctly, there's several places guys would hide in there. Including down here and up there. So you push over like that. And you push down like so. Lovely. Alright, now. More progress down here.
Clear.
Okay. Now. Actually, here. Let's try to keep at least one grenade on everybody.
Enemy killed.
Alright, lovely. Now, I think there's guys up there, but I don't remember. Start pushing these guys in. All right. Now,
Yes, sir.
you go ahead and bust that door open. You focus there, you focus there. Okay, that's clear. We could bust open the drapes here and shoot down that way, but I don't think we're going to have to. Because we can do that instead. Okay, we do not want to go play with Mr. Dishka. Not directly, anyway. Because Mr. Dishka is not your friend. Beautiful. Now, how many grenades do you have? One each? Okay. You come down here and help him out a little bit, would you? Yeah, don't need a grenade to the cause.
Throwing frag!
Take cover!
Enemy
way.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, now.
Clear.
Mr. Dishka, who is not our friend, is about to get a delicious taste of RPG, if I do say so myself. Okay. Mr. Dishka, who is not our friend, is about to get a delicious taste of RPG.
Clear. Rocket out! Got one.
Backblast isn't real. Okay, he's in the wrong spot. So, in case anyone wondered, when you shoot a rocket or a recoilless rifle or any number of other similar devices in real life, there's this little phenomena called backblast.
Firing rocket!
Okay, that is not explodable. Interesting. Not too surprising, I guess. Anyway, backblast is caused by the exhaust gases of said rocket or whatever. And as its rather descriptive name implies, it is a blast behind you. Or behind the fire in general. Which is why you don't shoot RPGs when you're inside of a building. It tends to lead to a bad end. For you and possibly anyone else in said building.
Roger.
There are some exceptions. For example, that is one of the big selling points of the Javelin, is that due to the way it launches rockets, the backblast is extremely minor. It still has one, but as long as you are providing even a little bit of care to what is behind you, it's not too big of an issue, in theory. Like, you can't shoot it inside of a room without instantly roasting everybody in the room. You just shouldn't have people behind you, and it shouldn't be too small of a room. From what I understand anyway. I've never actually fired a javelin, so I can only go by what I've read.
Yes, sir.
Alright, now. We'll leave you there. Yeah, there's no real reason to worry about pushing too quickly.
Waiting for orders. Got one.
After all, it's not a race.
Clear.
Okay. Actually, I want you to hold that door and you move out of the way. Alright. I'm remembering there being enemies there and me blowing through the wall partially to deal with them now. Okay. I did not bring any sappers this time, so we can't blow that wall. We can't blow that wall unless we use a rocket. Which, I mean, I've got 3 rockets right here, so... Ow, 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 stop twisting my arm. Probably move him back a little more before we shoot the rocket.
Firing rocket! Enemy down!
Alright, that worked out pretty well. Okay, now, you guys can push right up along there. There's probably somebody there if I had to guess. Indeed there is.
Enemy killed.
Let's keep pushing along. Now that we've cleaned this out from there, to bring this dude down the hall. You guys should come out into here. Alright. Oops, nope, don't do that. Can you huck a grenade into here? Yes, you can. Okay, good.
Throwing frag.
Alright, there was no running and screaming, so there probably wasn't anybody there. Now. Make sure there's no one behind that gate.
Doing it.
Go ahead and get these guys out here. This game have a level editor? I think it does. It definitely has a map generator of some sort. And I'm pretty sure it has a level editor. There's definitely, you can download maps from the Steam Workshop, and also there's some mods and stuff. For example, there's a mod that makes it so that, or there used to be a mod anyway, that made it so that you couldn't see the map until you had actually seen it with your guys. Called Going in Dark or something like that. I don't know if it works with the current version, but I would assume it had been updated. It was a pretty popular mod. Alright. Go ahead and drop a grenade over the alley wall.
Throwing frag. Look out! Order, sir.
Alright. He was just inside the building, apparently. Well, I mean... if one frag didn't work,
Throwing frag.
why not two?
Look out! Lost the man.
Damn it! Alright, well, anyway.
Frag. Got one.
Jump the damn wall. Okay, here we go. Alright, now. You come up here, check that. You check that. Okay. You guys go ahead and get over the wall too. Now, you
Got one.
get over here. Nothing's going down here. Fine TM. Alright. You can donate him a grenade.
Frag! Watch out!
Alright. Now, over to here again. Push everyone down.
Clear!
Alright. You push into there, you push into there. And you push over to here and breach.
Roger.
Alright, you push up there, hold that door. Lovely. Now, down here. You two move like that. You two move down to here. Keep focused on that. You move to the middle. Okay. That Fog of War mod sounds like a nightmare. Basically hand a gun to the lowest skilled guy and use him as guinea pig or lots of resets. Well, it's not too bad from what I've seen on normal maps. But if you have a map that has a really tight time condition or something, then good luck.
Clear.
But I've seen a guy who played through with the Going in Dark mod, all the missions, or not all the missions, most of the missions, before 1.0. And any guys who were injured, he didn't use them on the next mission, and any guys who were killed, he didn't use them at all for the rest of the campaign. You know, the rest of the missions. That was a little nutty. But he was a very methodical player. He screwed up very little. Although attrition eventually meant that he was down to like 1 or 2 guys by the time we were starting to get he was starting to get close to the end of the what missions that were available at the time.
Clear.
Which eventually was what ended his campaign, more or less. That and 1.0 came out. Okay.
Got one. Doing it.
Basically, he was trying to play the Iron Man before the Iron Man was available. What is that guy's name again?
They got one of us!
I see. I thought we had seen that part of the room already. Damn it.
Throwing frag.
Alright.
Enemy killed.
Okay, could you please jump over the wall? Okay, thank you. And then you come down here, jump over the wall as well.
Clear. They got one of us!
Alright.
Throwing frag!
You know what? Here. We haven't needed that frag grenade a single time. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that order. There can be a guy spawning up there sometimes, but we can deal with that problem if it happens.
Got one.
Okay.
Clear.
Lovely. Good deal. Now, all right. I've never played Project Zomboid. But I can't really say a whole lot about it.
Clear.
Parts of it look really interesting. Other parts of it are I'm not so sure about. Alright, you may donate a grenade to the cause.
Throwing frag! Take cover!
Okay, somebody yelled about taking cover, but I didn't see anybody move. These guys were a little bit ahead of the grenade. Which is a bad thing.
Got one.
Alright.
Clear.
I got hidden RPG. Okay, lovely. Now, you push up there, you push over here. That's well out of reach, Mr. Dishka.
Clear. Enemy down.
Okay. Now, you push up along there. Good deal.
Orders, sir.
Kind of tempted to donate another grenade to the cause here, but I think we can get away without it. Make sure there's nobody back there. Alright. Damn it. He got suppressed. That's a big problem. Alright. I think M4s are indeed a good choice here. Probably should have used a grenade in that room, but... Oops. Remember how I said sometimes the guy spawns in there and we were throwing a grenade in there to prevent it? Well, these guys did just fine instead. Okay.
I'm injured. They got one of us.
Nope. I wonder if I can... Yeah, no. No matter what I do, this part's going to be annoying. Like 99% of the time, that guy's no problem. It's just the occasional times where he has a problem are a problem. Yeah, that time we had a bunch of guys spawn down here, which is rare. These guys push up. Okay. Get over the damn wall. The climb over mechanic is a little bit wonky at times. Takes them a second or two to decide that they can do it when you're giving the order.
Enemy down.
Okay, you will look that way, and you will look that way.
Clear. Got one.
Okay, another case of slightly delayed shooting being a problem. Part of that's just low stats and stuff, though. And will slowly work its way out.
Clear.
You donate a grenade to the cause.
Got one.
Interesting. Must have been a suicide bomber over there or something. Okay.
Clear.
Now, get a few more angles on the situation here.
Enemy down.
move these guys in a bit.
Clear. Okay.
All right, now down here. Okay, Mr. RPG has been properly handled.
Clear.
Lovely. Now, you. Let's just give a grenade to the situation.
Enemy down.
So that was the guy who was in here. He went around the front of the building. Didn't do him a whole lot of good. Surprisingly, the door survived and nothing else around it did. Which is mildly humorous, but... Alright.
Clear.
Let's go prepare to give Mr. Dishka his rocket-shaped surprise. Okay.
Shooting grenade. Enemy
Well,
down.
that definitely handled everybody in that room. I fully approve.
Waiting for orders.
Now. You push forward.
Enemy killed.
You push, actually here, wait. You push forward to the rear of the car, there. You push forward along beside him to there. You push forward to there. You stay back and hold this for now.
Lost the man.
I see. Alright, we should have moved these guys up a little sooner probably. That wouldn't have made any difference though, because I think he can stand there. Forgot about that guy. Back to the beginning we go! Whee! Alright, you move in there. Face that way, make sure nobody does anything exciting. There's our buddy there. Just why we have this opening move with these two.
Clear.
Okay.
Enemy down.
Well. Start moving these guys in.
Clear. Lost the man.
climbing over that thing is dangerous. Actually, I wonder if I could just blow that up with a rocket. That might be a very good idea if I could get a rocket right down in that corner. And then cut your path off there so the rocket doesn't hit you.
Rocket out! Got one.
And then we can just...
Clear.
Oh, hell yeah, that's way better. That's so much better. Now we don't have to crawl everybody over top of that dumb thing. It's faster, it's safer. Well, the initial rocket's a little bit sketchy, but... Move the wrong guys. There we go. Now, start getting these guys positioned.
Throwing frag! Look out! Got one.
All right. Move those two across, move these two up. Of course.
Rocket out! Got one.
Beautiful opener. I do really like wasting that rocket there. I say wasting, but it's definitely not wasting. Alright, you...
Throwing frag!
Okay, that frag landed about the right time because the guys were running everywhere and it was just about to explode when these guys could start seeing in there. It'd be a little better if it had just exploded when they could see in there, but being just about to explode is almost as good because no one is thinking about the guys coming around the corner when the grenade is about to explode. They all have much larger concerns.
Enemy killed.
Thank you.
Clear.
Okay.
Enemy down.
hopefully. Don't need a grenade.
Orders, sir. Throwing frag! Watch out!
There was definitely still a guy in there. I'm not terribly sure if he still is. Okay, looks kind of like the answer to that question is no.
Yes, sir.
Alright, nobody's in there. Alright, it's time to give Mr. Dishka his rocket. That is the guy who already fired his rocket. Must be. Yeah.
Rocket out!
Well, okay, fine. We'll use a grenade then.
Throwing frag!
Okay, that should stop Mr. Dishka's adventures for now. Make sure no one's hiding up in there this time. Alright. These guys have been sitting here not moving this whole time. Which is not exactly what I want them to do. Nobody's in there, surprisingly. Okay. You continue to push up. Alright. Go bust that door open just in case. You hold there. And you hold there. Now. You reload.
Yes, reloading.
Make sure that room is clear. Indeed it is.
Doing it.
Okay. Now.
Got one.
Okay, you hold there. You hold there. And you will
Roger.
breach. Meanwhile, you will push out around the corner, hold there. You will hold there. You will push up to the rear of the car, as will you. Okay. You shall donate a grade. No, you're down to your last grenade. Somebody who's still got 2. You shall donate a grenade to the cause.
Throwing frag. Clear.
Okay, nobody seemed too fussed about that, so there's probably nobody in this dead end area. Indeed, there is not.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Well, we're about to handle his little problems here in a second.
Doing it.
Okay, there's nobody in there. Pop goes the wall.
Rocket out! Enemy killed.
Ready?
Order, sir.
Now, double check that. Okay. Now,
I'm hit!
that's not ideal. Oh well.
Doing it.
Go open that.
Clear.
Alright, put these guys over here. Now, on this side, I want these two fools to move together to down there. Like so. And you okay. I'm gonna try something silly and let's see if we can get a rocket against the back wall in there.
Rocket out! Enemy down.
Okay, that definitely got the ants to scurry a little bit. One rocket was fun. How about rocket 2?
Firing rocket.
Okay, rocket 2 is a little less exciting than rocket 1. Here. Nope, nope. Well then, we'll just have to bring you over. Could you please tell me how many... Okay, you've got 1 grenade. Actually, you've got 6 grenades, because you're the glorious leader.
Order, sir. Enemy killed. Clear.
Alright, well I was just gonna throw a grenade over the wall here to there, but I don't think I need to do that now. Yeah. A little hard pressed to get grenades that way. Alright.
Shooting grenade.
Maybe we can just drop a couple grenades in the courtyard
Grenade
here.
out. Got one.
Alright. Okay. Well, so much for that guy, I guess. Alright, anywhere else interesting I can hit? How about back
Shooting
there?
grenade.
Nope. Alright. well, we'll leave that guy here and take this one over to join these idiots. Okay, actually, let's just pull you up into that corner like so. And you can go over there.
Waiting for orders.
Alright. Lock a grenade into the alley.
Throwing frag!
There we go. Now, let me think. There's no way I can get a grenade. Not like that. Okay. What if I throw it from here? Can I bounce it off the wall hard enough to go into the door? Nope, doesn't look like it. Not in a substantial way, anyway. Alright, well. Probably a guy down there. There usually is. Okay, get wrecked.
Frag! Watch out! Got one.
It took him forever before he decided to shoot. Maybe he's just one of the ones that has terrible assault shooting stat. There are a few of those after all. There was a guy. How many grenades do you have? One? That'll be good enough. Drop it on the other side of the wall in that room.
Frag! Clear.
Okay, there wasn't a whole lot of running and yelling. Okay.
Grenade out!
Okay, these other grenades, he's got one left. Let's see, where haven't I blown up yet? This building, probably. Alright.
Roger.
Okay, you pull back around the corner. You pull up. Oh, it's because he's looking at the window, that's why. Alright, drop a grenade in that room, please. Thank
Throwing
you.
frag! Take cover! Got one.
Okay, that didn't work out so well for him. Alright, now drop one in there, could you?
Frag! Orders, sir.
That seems clear. Now, that room area is clear. Okay.
Grenade out!
Nope.
Frag!
There's almost certainly nobody in there. Where the hell is the last guy? He's got to be like in right there or something. Or just around this corner. Okay, he's definitely not just around that corner. There he is.
Got one!
Good job. Mission complete.
Alright. Somehow that was a faster time than last time, despite the fact that feeling like it took forever to find that last idiot. Unless, yeah, no, they don't count personal bests for... Trying to do that single plan would be interesting. Because once you get to like 2/3 of the way across the map, this latter part always seems super sketchy. I don't know why. Okay, eliminate all terrorists. Oh, I remember this one. Okay. We're probably going to want to bring sappers and just blow walls left, right, and center. We do have another doctrine point. We're almost at the point where we can start getting veteran squad stuff. Priority bombers is probably one of the bigger things there. Leadership's good. Militia training's probably great. This one doesn't seem that useful, to be honest. But anyway, we're not worrying about that right now. I should grab something shield related. Because we're probably going to want to use shields this mission. Okay, shield workout doesn't seem that required. Like, the shielders, they're just there to hold the shield. They're not necessarily there to shoot. I'm going to go ahead and reset, actually, because... I want to grab a couple of shield things. I want to grab improved stacking. But the real reason I want improved stacking is because I want stack tactics. And maybe bracing? I don't know if bracing matters. It's for medium to long range. We'll take a point in accuracy focus. We'll go ahead and take 2 in recoil control. Okay. Now, everyone who is a terrible marksman, you guys get a shield. An Uzi. and then empty slot there because your mobility is going to suck. Okay. That'll do. This guy has not had any real opportunities to get much practice in, so his marksmanship is still atrocious. Okay, anyone less than at least 3 marksmen is carrying a shield. Now. And then I went and hit the copied everyone thing. Do I want to use the 9mm? Okay, how's that compared to a baseline M4? Better aim speed at short range, worse accuracy across the board, worse crit chance across the board. It is the closest thing we can get to a silenced weapon though, but I don't think that's going to matter here. Pick a red dot. Okay. Everyone who's got semi-reasonable accuracy. Actually, your accuracy and assault shooting is terrible. Okay. We have shield gun, shield gun, shield gun, shield, shield. We're probably not going to deploy the latter two. Anyway. Alright, you can go back to having door charges. And wall charges. Low cut helmet. Combat vest. Alright, you can go back to having wall charges as well. That'll give us 4 door and 6 wall charges if we bring both of them. I doubt we will. Although they are kind of low level because they haven't been used much. So I should probably bring both of them actually. Alright. Now. We'll bring 1 sapper over here.
Roger. Roger.
Bring 1 sapper over there. Our glorious leader will be bringing we don't have enough stars to buy the M4 203. I think we'll bring the SVUA with the 3-9 scope. Alright. We'll park him over here behind that burning vehicle.
Roger. Doing it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
1 shield, 1 M4, a sapper, a marksman over here. Now we have a sapper, a shield, an M4, and
yes, sir.
we'll bring
Yes, sir.
2 of the militia. 2 of the FAL guys with high accuracy. They can be used to help hold things down. Okay.
No mercy.
Now, you... Not getting too close to that fire, we'll hold that. Damn it, I gave you a directional look order.
I'm getting liberal. Lost a man.
Alright, note to self. He's got an RP-46. Interesting. How far forward do I need to be to huck a grenade through his window? Turns out not very. Okay, cool.
Throwing frag. Take cover.
Well, sucks to be you, dude. Okay, can we get through here easily? Yes, we can jump over that. That'll do. Oh, come on. Alright, you
Okay.
go set a charge on that.
Explosive waste. Waiting for orders. RPG.
That's not very nice of you.
Lost a man.
Alright, well, that's unfortunate. The opening will remove up to here, just pop a grenade around this corner. Fairly sound. Now, as for over here, I should have started doing these orders before
Yes,
I
sir.
unpaused there.
Yes, sir. Throwing frag. I'm hit.
Okay. Now, if you could be so kind as to focus your attention there.
Clear. Got
There we
one.
go. Now, that wasn't perfect, but it was workable. Alrighty. I don't want to waste a grenade on that guy. No, not really.
Got one.
We'll just wait for him to give up and come out.
Clear.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch,
Waiting for orders.
you over here,
Okay.
set a demo charge. Once you've set the demo charge, proceed over to there and guard that door. You jump over as well. Okay, you please reload.
Reloading. Explosive waste.
Now, I want you two to set up there.
RPG! I'm hit!
The RPG shouldn't actually be able to see these guys. However, it's headed out here for our... Okay, yes, good.
We're pinned! Clear.
Alright, well this is deeply unfortunate.
Shield pierced! I'm hit! They got one of us!
Damn it. He was suppressed and everything. Alright, entering through here is maybe not a good idea. Let's cut that path a little bit shorter for the RPG reasons. And let's start planning this a little better. You break that. You break that. You center up there. And then you two start heading over here to this door. Actually, I want you to get right in front of that door facing that way, and you to get over on this side of the door and open it. Because this guy will get there first and get set up, and by the time he gets over there to open it,
I've been hit!
alright, that guy's gonna be a problem every time, isn't he?
We're pinned! They got one of us!
Yeah. We're not gonna be able to do that quite that way. Could try this. No, he gets suppressed immediately.
I'm injured!
Yeah, I know. That's going to require way too much luck to make that work with any consistency. Okay. You
Yes, sir.
run, get over here and help support tank. Okay, that's good.
Enemy
That's a good
down.
angle. Okay. Now,
Clear.
problem is it doesn't help clear that hallway. What I really need to do is you need to move over to here and then come back across like this. From like here over,
sir.
stop moving when you see an enemy. Okay. And that way he'll sweep back across this window looking down this hallway slowly. Okay.
Enemy killed.
Unless we just get totally, completely bodied with one shot. Try that again, see if that's a consistent thing or if that's just bad luck.
Loading. Man down.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if that's something I can... Let's give him a little bit more time delay. Okay, that was a bit of bad luck.
Enemy killed. I've been hit. I'm hit. Loading. Enemy down.
Okay, that was much better except for other people's problems. Okay, that's a reasonable pattern for green to move in. I want you to move to there.
Doing it. Yes, sir.
Oh, come on. Fine, we'll redo your path completely.
Okay. Frag! Got one. Clear.
Okay, so that gives enough, but not also not enough. Okay. Yellow. Here, pink. No, that's not going to work for shit.
Doing
Okay,
it.
you do need to clear that. Kind of need something that's going to clear both of these at the same time. But I need yellow over here and focused that way. Help pink. I guess it depends on if we get lucky or not.
Frag! Got one. Clear. Got one.
Okay. With a tiny little bit of luck, green does amazing work here. And if this window goes bad, then it goes very bad. I don't know about that one. We'll think about it for a bit first.
Okay. I'm hit.
Okay, who's getting shot at by who? It's machine gunner down there shooting at green. And mostly missing because long range.
Explosive.
Of course, green is also mostly
Order, sir.
missing. Hmm.
I'm hit. Need help.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay. Green's grand voyage here. There's too many ways it can go wrong, and trying to take out that guy down there is not worth it anyway. I could deploy our glorious leader over there and put green over here instead. Matter of fact, you know what? We're gonna do that. You two can swap places. We'll have our glorious leader do this pattern here. Which is a much more realistic thing. And actually, I'm going to have him just go ahead straight for there.
Okay.
So he's much more likely to actually hit his shots.
Got one.
Especially with the help of some cover. We took a little bit of damage, but it worked out. Okay.
Got one.
Okay. Get everyone across here.
Yes, sir.
Go set the charge. You park yourself over there. You park yourself right behind him. Okay.
Got one.
Now,
Order, sir. Explosive ready. RPG!
yeah, no, that's way too dangerous. Although, If I move him over to here and then peek out slowly, that's a different story. So for you, I want you over to there. And then we'll worry about that. For starters, we'll have you move like this. I'm going to save your grenade because I want to see how well he can clear that window. If he can clear the window by himself without too much trouble, that'll save us a lot of effort. Okay.
Got one.
I do like the FAL. Unless the enemy has it, because then they're way overpowered.
Roger.
Alright, meanwhile, this side's looking good. Let's start pushing in this way.
Got one.
Okay. You two go hide out over there.
Clear. Explosive ready.
You get over here up against this wall.
Enemy killed.
Lovely. Now, let's start slowly moving these guys. I want you to match speed.
Clear. I'm injured. Shield pierced.
Okay. That's a problem.
They got one of us.
Oh, it's probably the SVD in the back. Yeah, the level 3 shield is no way going to stand up to that. Trying to think if I even want to reach this at all. But on further consideration, going in this side is not going to be any easier. Might even be worse. I think we just need to use a few more grenades during that. Also, you need to stop when you see an enemy. Okay.
I'm injured. Enemy down. Clear.
Okay, second
Roger.
charge. Go over to there. And you go over to there. And you hang out right behind him. Okay, you push in. You push in right behind him. Alright.
Got one.
Now,
Clear.
have those guys hold there for now.
Explosive ready.
The shields are very useful if you're not trying to protect against full-up rifles and stuff. Move up a little closer. Drop one back there. And then you push out. Later. PM.
Throwing frag. Enemy killed.
Okay. You watch that. Okay, so that took out the SVD guy. He was the biggest threat.
Clear. Orders, sir.
Alright. Now, we've got the shield stack around the corner into the courtyard. Let's bring in their long-range fire support, quote, end quote. Have these guys go ahead and push into that office. Okay, nothing there. Alright. Now, we're holding this corridor pretty well from long range with the marksman rifle. Unfortunately, our other marksman here took significant injuries. So he's just going to be a grenade truck from now on. But if I bring him along with Breacher, things should be interesting. Sapper, I guess I should say. He can do things like swing doors and throw grenades and otherwise provide support for said sapper.
Waiting for orders.
Alright. Mr. Sapper, sir, I want you to hold that doorway.
Okay.
He's not the world's best clearer because of reasons, but this door is practically made for their
Doing it.
explosive charges.
Explosive placed.
Beautiful. Alright. Now,
Okay.
how about them wall charges? Okay, that's not going to blow those.
Yes, sir.
Because if they're not highlighted red, there's exactly 0% chance that the game's going to destroy them. But if they are highlighted red, there's at least a small chance that it will.
Explosive ready.
Okay, if you would be so kind as to push up slightly. Donate a grenade to the cause.
Watch out! Enemy down. Reloading. Clear.
Okay. Looks like that room's clear. Except for that corner, which is probably clear now, but I'm still not going to trust it for a bit at least. Okay, indeed it was not clear yet. I do like the
Waiting
shotguns,
for
they're pretty
orders.
useful. Alright, can I set a wall charge over here? No, I can't. Alright, rip. So we can't blow into this hallway from there and skip some area. Alright, but these guys should get moving and doing things again. So, let's go ahead and send our shield up this way. Okay. Less than perfectly ideal, but The shield remains insanely useful. Let's go ahead and blow into here. So let's give them a door charge. And then I think we're going to go ahead and move our shield. Actually, here, let's do the shielded door breach. Alright. Now, if you can move up and help the Trapper hold this, thank you. While we prepare to blow.
Enemy killed.
Now, I remember there being a bunch of bombers and stuff in that room, but who knows if they will be in this iteration of the mission. Looks like they are.
Reloading.
Alright, well,
Clear.
I guess that's one way to equip your shooting range, but I don't know, it seems a bit wasteful. Alright, so this area is clear up to the store. This area is clear. This hallway is being held. So we can jump these sandbags and head into the hallway anytime we want. Or we can blow that open. Or anything else along the way. Alright, so let's do another shield breach here. Except this time we're going to leave him behind for fire support. And we are going to move the shotgun up as additional fire support. And we're going to use the FAL to swing the door.
Doing it.
Alright, now.
I'm getting nailed here. I've been hit.
Alright. You go ahead and reload real quick.
Reloading. Clear.
Alright. I'm having memories of a vehicle driving into one of these rooms. I think it's this one. Breaking it open and thereby causing a lot of trouble. Let's go ahead and move these guys up. Or was it over here? Or maybe I'm thinking of a different map entirely. Well, one way or the other.
Roger.
Yeah, I think we're going to leave some guys here to defend that.
Orders, sir.
Okay, you get the door swinger in chief for most of this.
Okay,
Go ahead and
loading.
reload. There's the vehicle I was just mentioning. I'm glad I remembered that. This hallway is being held from long, so we don't have to worry about anybody coming up from behind us. Although we do have to worry about being flanked around that corner. So let's keep moving you up. There.
Doing it. RPG!
Well, that's unfortunate. He must have been standing like right there. Damn it. Alright. Well, that plan worked fairly well up until we got to that point, anyway. It may have a few deficiencies past then.
Got one. I've been hit. They got one of us.
Okay, you know, really, I need you to be a little farther back in the future.
They got one of us.
Yeah. Alright, twice in a row. That worked flawlessly the first time. Also, I need you to be just a little bit farther out of the way.
Got one. Man down.
Alright. It did improve the situation with yellow here, I think. Improve it a little more. Now, you...
Enemy down. RPG. They got one of us.
Okay. That never happened before.
Enemy down.
I think there was an RPG down there at the end. They really wanted him dead, apparently.
Enemy down.
Alright, yellow. Since you're not injured this time, because I've changed the way you move a little bit, you can clear that out. And then you can stay right here and help hold this hallway for now. Alright. Now, you can move in. And you can move up behind you.
Order, sir.
And there's a guy right in there. So, we're going to do this. Like so. Either he went through that door or he's hiding right in that area still. Okay, I suspect that he is no longer actually there.
Got one.
Yeah, he went back in here. Alright, now, this door is now dangerous because who knows where that guy went. It always was dangerous, but now it's more dangerous. And this door is also exciting, I'm sure. Oh, come on. set a charge there. And then once the charge is set, move over to here, face that way. Okay. Tempted to... Okay, let's grab yellow, move him over here. Let's grab green, and let's move him up. Because we can get better coverage here, as well as better vision. Alright. Yellow, I want you to move up to there and hold that door. Pink, I want you to hold that door. And then we'll move the shield stack this way. Alright. And Mr. What's-His-Face there thought he'd be sneaky, and it didn't work out. Now, let's hold these guys still until we blow this open. And hopefully that'll inspire whoever's in this room to come out and straight into the shield. Okay. Now, you huck a grenade over there to deal with the dude who's got an SVD who often spawns back there. Okay.
Order, sir. They got one of us.
Damn it. Well, that's the problem with relying on the militia. Even if they're accurate, they're not reliable.
I'm injured. Enemy down. Lost a man.
Truth is that none of these guys are reliable.
Enemy killed. Clear.
Not a single one of them is any reliable.
Got one. We're pinned. They got one of us.
Okay. This sniper duel and this sniper duel are the ones that are most likely to go wrong, but also they're critical to making the beginning of this mission not stuck.
Got one.
That guy's an RPG. Okay, we took care of him before he could get the shot off. Unfortunately, the other adventure didn't quite go as well as...
Lost a man.
That time he just got insanely unlucky.
Enemy down. We're pinned. Clear.
Alright.
Enemy down. Clear.
Yeah, no. I think the plan of throwing the grenade to the window there was just enough more reliable that we should continue doing that.
Throwing frag. Got one. Clear.
Yeah. That's just the more sensible plan. Okay.
Roger.
There we go. Then you push forward and up like this, and you push in behind him. Yellow. You push up to there to help hold. Pink, you head over this way. There's that. Okay. Please explain in small words how he wasn't spotted before that point. Because we could see almost all of that just from a different perspective. Yeah, whatever.
Enemy down.
You move over there. Pink, you move over here. Okay, that's strongly not ideal.
Got one.
This guy back there being... Okay, he got shotgun. Problem solved. Alright. Anyway, there's no RPG hanging out at that corner anymore. Good news. Okay. You need to push out just the tiniest hair. There we go. Now, you can donate your other grenade back there.
Throwing back! Enemy down.
Okay, SVD has been solved. That was the RPG guy
Order,
who
sir.
caused us problems several times. Alright, it looks like that courtyard is about as clear as it's gonna get.
Doing it.
Go ahead and reload your Uzi.
Man down!
That has never happened before.
I've been hit! Enemy down!
That door has never opened in the entire, every attempt I ever made. Rangers and to these guys. Well, it's further proof that RNG still has excitement for you no matter how long you play, I guess.
I'm hit! Enemy killed. Loading. Reloading.
What the hell is going on over here?
Enemy killed. Clear.
Okay. Pink, I need you over here as well. And could you be so kind as to run while you're doing it? Alright.
Enemy killed.
And you can guard behind just in case that door does something that's never done except but once. I guess we can't say that it's never done that before.
Clear.
Alright, I would like yellow to...
Enemy killed.
Here. Well, there was no running and yelling, so they didn't spawn in that time.
Explosive ready.
Alright,
Got one.
problem solved. You huck your last grenade back there.
Throwing frag! Look out! Waiting for orders. Got one.
Stop shooting at my shotgunner, damn you.
Loading.
Okay, well that's really bad.
Clear.
Alright, I don't like any of what happened there. I need that guy to be in better shape, but... yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, you... Oop, nope, don't move without your buddy. It is interesting, they will move at different speeds until they get too close to each other, and then the non-shield guy will lock on to the shield guy and they'll move together. As long as you keep them close enough. So they do definitely link up, which is really cool.
Doing it.
Alright, go ahead and reload, please.
Reloading. Clear.
Now, like I could do this and then you'd see down both the hallway and at that door. Probably the safest thing to do. Because I need yellow over here. Need more guns.
Got one. Clear.
Okay.
Okay.
Open the door, please. Alright, Mr. Shotgun.
Yes, sir.
Don't set a demo charge.
Doing it.
Just set a door charge. That'll reach in farther anyway.
Explosive ready.
Okay, you guys continue going straight. Now we set a demo charge.
Okay.
A little farther along, actually.
Doing it.
Yeah, that's a good spot. Okay. Do I want to put the shield in the breach here? I think I do, actually. So let's go ahead and move this shield up.
Explosive ready.
So we can watch the backside of these doors. Like so. Alright. You pull back, you pull back. You pull into the breach, hold that direction. You could be right behind him.
Enemy killed.
You should have been facing the other way the whole time. Oops. Okay. Lovely. And that hallway is clear. Go ahead and move you up as well.
Order, sir.
If I take this room, we'll probably just grenade the hell out of it.
Yes, sir.
I could plant a demo charge.
Yes, sir.
No, we'll use a door charge because it'll have a little bit more. It won't be as wide of a boom, but it'll be a longer one. And that'll be more useful in this circumstance.
Explosive ready.
Alright. You guys may have a grenade. Since you asked so nicely. You're welcome. Always happy to help.
Enemy down. Loading. Clear.
Alright. Now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That was a little sketchy, but it worked. Go ahead and get these guys out of this room. Now, we have these rooms to clear yet, and this room up front never got cleared. Which is interesting, so let's go get these guys back over there and go clear this. I think we should be fine with 2 men for this.
Yes, sir.
Alright. Oh, I never cleared that back room there either. Okay, we'll leave the shield guard that, and we'll come over here and take care of this real quick.
Waiting for orders.
Alright. That's nice and clear. Now,
Doing it.
that's lovely, nice and clear. That's all nice and clear. That's all nice and clear. Okay. This set of rooms is clear. I don't like anything about this situation,
Yes, sir.
but okay. Let's just leave these 2 to hold that corridor for now. And that gets us our shotgun and slightly injured FAL gunner freed up. We do not want to head south because this door is open. We can, however, head north. Although, we need to be careful because we can't, these guys can't see that door, so we have to leave a guard. Alright, let's move Mr. Shotgun up to here. That way he can hold that, so nobody can run past him. Which means our marksman is freed up. Sort of. He is still watching that door. But anyway. Let's keep working on this area.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Explosive ready.
Wipe. Now.
Got one.
Lovely.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead and reload. Actually, I do want you behind him. And we'll use you to swing the door.
Reloading.
Alright. Swing door.
It.
Looks clear. Now, I need you directly in front of the door. You directly behind him. You just right ahead and continue stacking up, I guess. Okay, and you get over here to swing the door. Although, actually, I want you in front of him because he's kind of injured and we need a bit of a bodyguard.
Roger. Enemy down.
Alright, you pull back some. You pull back a little. Do I want to donate a grenade to the cause? I think we will, just for safety's sake.
Frag!
Okay, there was no yelling and running. That's generally a good sign.
Shield pierced.
Alright.
Enemy killed.
Lovely. Now, you reload.
Doing it.
You also
Doing
reload.
it. Reloading. Loading. Clear.
And then we did blow that room up, so it should be safe. PM. I just got a really funny idea.
Okay.
Wonder if we can blow that car up. Nah, there's no way to work. I'm doing it anyway, though.
Explosive ready.
Alright. You, being heavily injured, can just hide out over here where it's nice and safe.
Yes, sir.
Put the shield guy in the doorway. We'll give him an FA. Oh, no. We'll take the FAL over here. We'll give him his proper backup. And we'll do it a little more professionally. Get them lined up so they can cover this area really well. Okay, now. Bring you in. Bring him in the back way. And we'll have him hold that corridor. And then we can bring this shield gunner pair around and start clearing. Starting with these rooms so we don't leave them behind us. Safe for certain values of safe? Well, yeah. Oh, speaking of which, hello, car. Okay, that was totally worthless. Not only that, but the foreign advisor popped out and burst them both down instantly. That was annoying. Oh well. We're actually almost done with this mission. Last time also, that exact thing worked perfectly. So, yay, consistency. Maybe what I should have done is keep them back here and then throw a grenade in from somewhere. Or hold the wall charge until they've all spawned and then nail them. That would help too, perhaps. The wall charge is a waste, though. It was me being dumb, see if I could get something useful out of it. We did stun one guy, but that's not worth a wall charge to do that. Not unless I had him in here like that, too. Then it might have been worth the wall charge. Although he doesn't have cover here. No, there's not really any good spot for him to get cover in here either. Alright. Oh well. Well, it's 10:40. I think we might continue this tomorrow. That sounds like a good plan. That was a kind of longer mission anyway. Let's see, that's the last one of this series actually? Okay, cool. This mission set is interesting because it starts fairly short missions. This one's kind of long. This one's really short. Best time was 30 seconds on that one, for example. This one, you basically have to finish within 2 minutes because of the bombs. This one's pretty fast, except tearing out the last building, and that's not that hard. You just throw grenades through the windows until they give up. This one's long. Even if you get it perfectly. This one has a clock race time of 2 minutes, which I can't imagine actually trying to do that. These ones with the lone wolf challenge, particularly like this one. How? How would you get to lone wolf on this mission? Either you would lose most of the guys you're supposed to be trying to rescue. Like, I'm not even sure how many you're allowed to lose before it's considered a loss. All of them? Or anyway. And I said we'll continue this tomorrow? No, we'll continue this next week. There we go. Because tomorrow, as Ash so correctly points out, is Thursday. And that means total annihilation. That should be a lot of fun. Friday, there will be some PDF, I hope. And then Saturday and Sunday, we will play a bit of Dwarf Fortress. See if we can continue building our Dwarven civilization up a little bit. I'd like to get my hands on a lot more metal and start seriously training up a good armor smith. See if I can get steel armor for everyone. But that is the make steel armor for everyone part. That's relatively easy. Making high quality steel armor for everyone is a different story. Just, by a little bit different. Trying to train up a armor smith without getting really lucky is... If you're lucky enough to get a strange mood that gives you a legendary armor smith, then you don't need to train one up. We haven't gotten one of those. So I think we'll have to train them up the old-fashioned way. And that is long, slow, and expensive. But anyway... next Tuesday and probably next Wednesday even, we'll play more of this. I'd like to get close to maxed out at least with SWAT. SWAT's definitely interesting. I really like the way that all three of the different squad types in that game play radically differently. It makes it a much more, oh, I don't know. If they all played the same, it would get a lot staler a lot faster. Put it that way. But anyway. Oh, let's see. Is anyone doing anything tonight? Nope. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Alas, my poor follow list. It gets more and more boring as every day goes by. Clearly, I need to watch more Twitch. Hopefully, I see you all back here tomorrow for Total Annihilation Shenanigans. See if we can totally annihilate the core. We're not too far off from the base game. It's from the end of the base game campaign. I highly doubt we'll finish it this week or even next week. But then, of course, we have core contingency yet. But anyway, core contingency being one of the DLCs that adds more campaign. Expansion packs would be more of the term from back then, I guess. But anyway. Yeah. Good night. And goodbye.